Live going over the Ravens schedule. It just came out. So, here we go. The first game. Let's see, these are the regular season. The first game on September 1st. The Ravens season tickets. Okay. How do you know if these are regular season? All right, I have to check this, folks. I gotta see regular season. Ravens regular. All right, let's see. Okay, we're looking for the NFL schedule. Okay. The Ravens schedule for all 17 games has been announced. And now we're checking to see what it is. So come on live, because we're going live. Okay, here we go. We're trying to find the actual schedule. They're giving us, but they're not telling us. They say that at 9:30 a.m. in London, they play the Titans. So go to NFL.com. They'll know. All right, we're going to NFL.com. You see. You see. Here it says, see the full NFL 2023 schedule. All kinds of banners coming up here. We just want the schedule, man. It can't work now. Reason strings and schedule, okay. It's very difficult to find. The NFL is being very funny. We're trying to find the NFL schedule. And I don't think this is impossible to find. We go to NFL.com. They're not making it clear. Now jump on live. We're here live. We're going live. Now come on over if you're going live. Watch us. Ravens. Okay, let's see what they got going on here. It's really difficult to tell what they've got going on here. I just went to NFL.com. They won't even let you get on that. They say see the full schedule. Robert Kraft announces the Patriots will honor Tom Brady in the opener. The top 5 kickoff games since 2002. Who deserves prime time more? The Ravens or the Bengals? This is what they're saying. Now, I'm clicking on where they say the full schedule. Okay, here we go. Week 1. Week 1? It looks like week 1. The opening game on Thursday night, September 7th, is Lions versus the Chiefs. There's nobody on here yet. It's at the Chiefs. The first, September 10th, the Ravens are at home against the Texans at 1 o'clock. It'll be a warm day. Interesting game. They should be able to beat the Texans on the first game. And as for the Dolphins open at San Diego at 4 o'clock that day. Dolphins travel to San Diego for the opening day. First Monday night game is the Bills against the Jets. Now, that's the first week. Week 2. This is a slow process here, but it's being rolled out. Nobody's on yet. Come on live if you can. Thursday, September 14th, the Vikings at the Eagles. The Eagles should win that. The Ravens will be at Cincinnati at 1 o'clock on September 17th, Sunday. That'll be a difficult game in Cincinnati. I'm glad they get these 1 o'clock games. I love the 1 o'clock games. And Miami on that day will be playing. The Dolphins are on the road again. The Dolphins have their first 2 road games are on the road. At San Diego and then at New England. The first Monday night doubleheader. The Saints are at the Panthers and the Browns are at the Steelers. Okay, we go to week 3. We're doing it all. We're doing it all, and we're doing it live. Okay, let's see. We want week 3. Well, the NFL is funny because they have different. Week 3 is game 4. Week 2 is game 1. I never could figure that stuff out, man, and I never wanted to. Okay, so we go to the third game of the season is how I'm going to talk about it. This is September 14th. The Colts are at the Ravens. That's not bad. That's another cool 1 o'clock game. I like that. The Dolphins finally, first home game will be the Broncos. So Miami has 2 games on the road and then they come home. The Ravens have 2 games at home and then they go on the road. I mean, they have it looks like the Ravens might have their first 3 games at home. That's not possible. Let me go back and check that. Week 2. Nobody's here yet. They have the Colts. I wish I could just get the teams, but let's see. Here I can get the teams maybe. Make it easier. The computer is slow today. There's no one on. Have you got a phone, sir? You have a phone, sir? Does it go on the internet? You could be our live person. All right, we'll just go to the full schedule then for the Ravens first. They sure are making it difficult here on the NFL site. We wanted a big live performance. Preseason. Philadelphia, who cares? Commander, who cares? And Buccaneers, who cares? Okay, now the regular season. Make sure this is 2023. This is a funny site. Okay, now we got it all here clear. Houston at home at 1 o'clock. Not bad start. Then the Bengals at home at 1 o'clock. I love 1 o'clock games, as I said. And the Colts. Strange. No, wait. The second game's at Cincinnati. The first game's Houston, then at Cincinnati. Now I got it all. Now I'm in the jive. Somebody jump on live. We got a live broadcast. Nobody's here. Okay, so they play the Colts in week 3 here, and that is a 1 o'clock game. Then they are at Cleveland, and that's another cool 1 o'clock game. I like this timing. They get some road games here. It's a pretty good schedule so far. Sunday, September. I'm October 8th, they'll be playing at Pittsburgh, 1 o'clock. Beautiful. Tennessee. Oh, this one is not good. Week 6 is not good. Week 6 or Game 5 or Game 7, whatever they want to call it. This is their 6th game. It's the Titans, and I guess they have to play in London. That is wrong. They should not be playing in London. The Ravens should not be playing in London. Then they come back with no bye. They come back the next week and they play Detroit at home. Then they go out to the desert, and that's always a trap game at 4 o'clock at Arizona. Seattle at home at 1 o'clock. That's cool. Cleveland at home. These are the games I love. This time of the year, that time of the year, and these 1 o'clock games. Cleveland on November 12th. The Bengals at home the following week. And then I suppose they get a bye because, no. They play week 11. It's a Thursday night game against Cincinnati here. Week 12, they play on the West Coast Sunday night. Football night in America. The Chargers. At the Chargers. And then I suppose that's their bye. And when week 13, they get a bye. And then in week 14, in Los Angeles. So they're at the same stadium. No, they come back here and they play the Rams at home after a bye. Well, yeah, that's early for the Rams because it's a 1 o'clock game here. So they'll be playing, and the Rams will be playing at their 10 o'clock in the morning. And then they're at Jacksonville on the 17th of December at night. And then at San Francisco on Christmas Day. Week 17 at 1 o'clock, the last day of the year, they play the Miami Dolphins. 1 o'clock here on December 31st. You hear that, brother? And then Fezzi not here. Fezzi doesn't feel well yet. He'll come over and talk about the Dolphins pretty soon. But since we have no live people here yet, we're going to continue our live feed. You coming over here, Fezzi, sometime, talk about the Dolphins schedule? All right, the Dolphins play on the last day of the year here at 1 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Okay. If Fezzi say if the Lamar Jackson's healthy the whole year, it will be a what? What do you say? You say 10 wins, 9 wins? We don't know. 13 wins maybe, but he probably, if they are making the playoffs on the final week 17, he may not be in the game. And just like that, they play the Steelers at the last game at home, and that's to be determined. So we don't know what time that game's going to be. It's not the hardest schedule. They play the NFC. They play the Buccaneers, the Commanders, the Eagles. That's gonna. I mean, they don't play them in the regular season. They play Houston. So let's go down: Houston, Cincinnati, the Colts, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Detroit. All right, let's see who's hard, difficult, and who's easy. Detroit, Houston in week 1 at home. We'd say that should be a win. At Cincinnati, that'll be a loss. That's 1-1. Indianapolis at home, that's 2-1. At Cleveland, we'll say 3-1. At Pittsburgh, we'll say 3-2. Tennessee at home, 3-2. Let's go 4-2. Detroit at home, 5-2. Let's say 5-2. Then at Arizona, out in the that's 5-3, and then Seattle at home at 1 o'clock. So that's another. So 5-3. I said. So this will be 6-3. Cleveland 7-3. Cincinnati, we'll give that a 7-4. At the Chargers, 7-5. The Rams at home 8-5. At Jacksonville 9-5. At San Francisco 9-6. The Dolphins at home 10-6, I say. And Pittsburgh at home 11-6. Yeah, the Ravens probably won't have to win that last game. Now I'm going to begin on other team. Miami's schedule. Well, the schedule just came out. How do you know what the schedules are? Okay. Let's pick a team here. No one's watching, so we can be as unprofessional as possible. But we're going to keep running until someone gets in. Okay, now here we go. The Dolphins. Pez will come back and talk more about both teams when he is up to it. We've been on live for 17 minutes with no followers. All right. Let's go. Yeah, but how do you know what their schedule is? You mean from what I said? It just came out. Okay, here's Miami. Wait, they crazy here, man. What happened in the NFL and being good with their? Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what we think. But what we're not seeing. That's how it looks, but there's more to it than that. Still no one here to watch us. Okay, here's the Ravens schedule. Here are the Dolphins' schedule. The Dolphins begin their season at Los Angeles on September 10th, Sunday. That's difficult to travel that far, but Miami is a better team, but that's a long way to go. And Miami's always best. You know, Miami's got everybody healthy at the start of the season. Then Miami's getting ripped off because the second game is at nighttime on Sunday night at New England. So 2 road games to start. Week 3, Denver at home. A Sunday game at 1 o'clock. So they probably win that. So they're probably 1-2 1-2, and then at Buffalo. So they really are getting hosed so far. Miami first 5 games, 1, 2, 3, 4. Their first 4 games are very unfair. 3 on the road, and the road game, and 2 divisional games on the road, and 1 is all the way on the West Coast. But then week 5 they play the Giants at home at 1. That's good. Then they play Carolina at home at 1. That's good. Then they got to go to Philadelphia at 8 o'clock Sunday night. Week 7, that's not good. Then week 8 they play the Patriots at home on Sunday at 1. They got a difficult schedule. They have at Kansas City on week 9. Oh, okay, yeah. That sucks. And then they get a bye, week 10. With these buys, these weeks, and these 17 games, man, you can't follow any of this. The Raiders. The Raiders, they play at home at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Jets. So after this, they have a very brutal time, extremely unfair and brutal time until they get to week 11. Then their stretch is the Raiders at home, at New York Jets, at Washington, the Titans, and the Jets. And then they have the Cowboys, Ravens, and there's somebody who's making noise. And they end the year at week 18 to be determined, Buffalo. So it's got they have a difficult schedule, but I can't help you, honey. I'm on live. They have a difficult. So let us say that Miami has kind of got a difficult schedule, and the Ravens have pretty much the same thing they have all the time. Okay, we've been on live 22 minutes with nobody. This is our first live broadcast, you see. So I don't suppose it'd be a success, you know? When Fezzy gets here, it'll be a success. He'll take over. He knows. It's good for the whole schedule. Still no one watching us, huh? Well, that's a damn shame. Who do you want to know? You want to know Patrick Mahomes' schedule? All right. Let's see. We have a lot here. A lot to unpack. Now I'll just go through and do the top games of the weeks. September 7th, Lions at Chiefs. That's a strange one. Don't look past the Lions. The games that stick out for me is the 1 o'clock Ravens, Texans. The Buccaneers are at the Vikings. Let's see who we got. Who is Buffalo starting out? Buffalo plays the Jets on the first Monday night. Okay. And then we go to week 2. Let's see. Let me see what I can do here with this. Let's see if I can follow this situation. It's a very difficult situation. The schedule looks very difficult. As Tony Soprano would say. It's a very delicate situation. It's a very delicate situation. Right? That's how Tony would say. That's what Tony would say. It's a very difficult situation. I think I'm going to have a town hall myself. I'm going to put on a town hall. What do you think of that? All right. Now, we got some games are happening. And we got some wild games are happening. The Ravens have a schedule that looks exactly like they always have, except that they have to go to stupid London, and that sucks. It's time to say goodbye to London. I think it just is time to say goodbye to London. That's what I say. What do you say? I say it's time to say goodbye to London. All right, now I will look on some more games here. Oh yes, yes, yeah. I'm getting all confused here. All right. We dismiss that. Now, I have to say that the Ravens schedule is quite intense. Very intense. It's a very intense schedule. Let me see how I can do this. I'm going to do this because we care. We're the website that cares. Why did CNN give Donald Trump a town hall meeting? What's happened to the world? What kind of world is it? You just don't know. None of it makes sense anymore. It never did. No, no one else is here. I should probably end the stream.